Once you see Demi Moore in one of her iconic movies, she will stay on your mind for the longest time. The versatile actress appears to be as gorgeous and multifaceted in real life. We wouldn't be surprised to see Demi, who is currently single, enjoy a romance, or at least a dinner here and there. The reality is very different and way more painful, however. The actress and author has only recently started healing from the deep emotional turmoil that reared its ugly head 7 years ago, right after her split from third husband Ashton Kutcher. In this Rumour Juice video, we will try to understand why Demi Moore is guarding her heart so carefully. Who is Demi Moore's worst enemy when it comes to love? Is it others or is it herself? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to Rumour Juice's YouTube channel, and you'll never miss our latest awesome videos.
You are the coolest. Demi Moore, everybody! Thank you for having me!
Demi Moore may have built an extraordinary career and is in a good place mentally. At the very least, she is on her way to recovery after everything she's been through. But it is evident from her life journey that her demons are deeply ingrained and can be easily triggered, especially by Moore's loved ones. Perhaps she's right to stay away from relationships. Little Demi's early years were plagued by illnesses, hardships, and tragedy. She had to battle a life-threatening kidney condition. In her memoir, Inside Out, Moore recalls how she had to use her fingers to extract pills out of her mother's mouth, saving her life.
You said your childhood
was done. Yeah, life-changing moment.
As a cruel thanks, her alcoholic, often irresponsible, suicidal mother sold her out at the age of 15 for $500, allowing a man to rape her. For a while, Moore worked as a model for a photographer who specialized in nude photos. She was still underage at the time. At the age of 18, the aspiring actress lost the man who she considered as a father figure. To distract herself from grief, she married musician Freddie Moore and took his surname as her stage name. The marriage lasted for 5 years, but was ruined when Demi confessed to having been unfaithful to Freddie. Demi was young, overwhelmingly beautiful, and saw her purpose in being useful to others, hence to choosing sexualized roles. By the time she was 21, Moore developed bad alcohol and drug addictions. The vices were so bad that she was cast in St. Elmo's Fire on the condition that she would enter a rehab. If I'd had to give up the movie and go through the program to get sober for myself, I doubt I would have done it, Moore admits. I just didn't value myself enough for that. But with the film at stake, I had something much bigger than me to fight for, and so I did. Her life became brighter when she met Bruce Willis.
We had some great times together. I mean, we shared a lot. I had 3 beautiful, amazing children. 4 if you count Bruce.
So how about we take a closer look at Moore's latest Instagram posts? They tell quite a story. Here she's happily posing with her 3 daughters. Oh, and here's the awesome team of our 4 ladies, together with Bruce Willis. Aw, look, all of them are posing in matching pajamas. Nope, the cozy display doesn't mean that the famous exes got back together. They went their separate ways 20 years ago. But we must admit that it was pretty comforting to see 57-year-old Moore and 65-year-old Willis present a united front against the COVID-19 pandemic. The circumstances separated Willis from his second wife and their 2 little daughters. So his ex and 3 elder daughters were more than happy to wait out the self-isolation period under the same roof. True, Moore and Willis once ruled Hollywood as a power couple. As Moore detailed in her memoir, Inside Out, they grew close, sharing their stories of difficult childhoods. Both got into acting to get over their respective issues and traumas. But with time, the couple realized that they had different goals in life. Willis didn't like the fact that Moore was a working mom and wife. Moore was at the height of her career. Her husband's displeasure overlapped with criticism for Moore pursuing higher pay. She earned $12.5 million for starring in the 1996 film Striptease, becoming historically the highest-paid actress in the world. She was given the ironic nickname Demi Moore for her high demands. Later, Moore started suspecting that Willis cheated on her. On his part, Willis expressed his doubts about wanting to stay married. The tensions resulted in divorce in 2000, ending a 13-year marriage. At first, it looked like Willis feared that Moore would make their split difficult, explode in anger, and obstruct his access to their kids. She didn't. All in all, the world wasn't ready for the civilized and amicable way the former it couple separated. Here's the trick, according to Demi Moore: to be clear that our children were our priority and that whatever we had was not theirs, and find a way to share and be a family in a different form. Thanks to this, the three elder Willis girls grew up without having to choose their side in their parents' split, unlike their mother. I'm the product of divorced parents, and my brother and I were the pawns in my parents' game, Moore said in an interview with Harper's Bazaar. I never wanted that for my kids.
I think that we did a magnificent job of making sure that our children knew they were loved.
In 2003, 3 years after her split from Willis, Moore met actor Ashton Kutcher. Despite the significant 15-year difference in age, the two hit it off right away. For the first time in a long time, Moore felt her heart flutter out of love. When I met Ashton, it almost felt like a do-over, like I could just go back in time and experience what it was like to be young, with him, much more so than I'd ever been able to experience it when I was actually in my 20s, Moore recalls.
If you go to our house, I have Post-it notes that are placed in various locations, all with messages of encouragement or love or just thought. Yeah.
Post-it notes are much cheaper than diamond rings.
Her romance with Kutcher started out so well. How was she supposed to know that this relationship would end in a total disaster? The couple were overjoyed to find out that Moore got pregnant. 6 weeks later, Ashton proposed to her at the beach. At first, Moore didn't like the idea that he could be proposing just because of the pregnancy. But I loved him, and I knew he loved me. And I knew this baby would cement our family, bond us all on the deepest level. By the end of the night, I'd said yes. 6 months into Moore's pregnancy, the star couple were about to start sharing the news, only to find out during a routine ultrasound checkup that they lost their baby girl, Chaplin Ray. The pair seemed to overcome the loss and wed in 2005. In her memoir, Moore admitted that she was desperate to have a baby with Ashton. My ego was attached to having a biological child I carried. Intellectually, I knew that one can connect with a baby on the deepest level without carrying her, but emotionally, I wanted to have that experience with Ashton. Supportive at first, Kutcher eventually gave up on the idea. When Moore confronted him, why did he let her go through this prolonged process and make her so vulnerable? He said he didn't think she'd actually go through it. In a recent interview, Moore said she felt, quote, lost, empty, desperate, and confused following the pregnancy drama. Her drinking worsened. She started abusing prescription drugs. Life was already miserable for the actress, so when Ashton cheated on her, she knew their fairy tale would never have a happy ending.
And I have to say this, Demi was here a couple of months ago, right before the rumors hit the tabloids, and the staff noted how incredibly thin and frail she looked. And people will tell you, if your husband is accused of sleeping with someone half your age, it has to take a toll on you.
Years after their divorce, Demi revealed multiple eyebrow-raising details about her marriage to Ashton. For instance, she claims that with his remarks, Kutcher was encouraging her alcoholism. By agreeing to have a drink or two, she wanted to show that she's fun to be around. However, when she went too far and passed out in a hot tub, Kutcher got angry. He let me know how he felt by showing a picture he'd taken of me resting my head on the toilet the night before. It seemed like a good-natured joke at the time, but it was really just shaming, the actress wrote in her memoir. Next, when Kutcher expressed his fantasy of bringing a third person into their bedroom, Moore didn't say no. She was willing to do anything to make her third marriage work. The actress doesn't regret the experience, but has come to the conclusion that inviting a third party to the equation can be harmful to a monogamous relationship. Furthermore, reflecting on her failed relationship, Moore feels that Kutcher cheated on her because he was looking for ways to get out of their marriage. Moore says she knows of 2 instances when Ashton wasn't faithful to her. She was walking the red carpet when she learned about the second time. That afternoon, she could only pray that this information hadn't gotten out yet, and the journalists wouldn't ask her about it. 2012 was a year of horror for Demi Moore. The man who she thought was the love of her life had left her. Her alcohol and drug addictions worsened. Her daughters and ex-husband/best friend Bruce Willis grew distant. I had no career, Moore said, no relationship. At the age of 50, she suffered a seizure due to having a bad reaction to a drug and had to be hospitalized.
The Los Angeles Fire Department tells Showbiz Tonight that they did respond to a call from Demi's address that was at 10:41 last night, and they took her to the hospital about 30 minutes later.
Rumors surfaced in 2019 that the actress was dating a woman, a 44-year-old Serbian stylist named Masha. Paparazzi and eyewitnesses caught the duo holding hands and spending time with Masha's kid. On Instagram, the stylist dedicated loving messages to Moore, like, quote, "I am honored to be in your life." Whether the two are just good friends or more than friends remains to be seen. After all, Moore did reveal at the Ellen DeGeneres show that she's maintaining her single status by choice and isn't exactly an avid user of dating apps. Instead, the actress implied she's busy taking care of her small army of cutest dogs in the world.
Yeah. Look at my crew. Oh, you probably had more and some fell off that balcony.
We can only hope that Demi finds happiness and stability again. Does it matter whether she chooses to remain single or allows someone into her life once more? So what do you think the future holds for the gorgeous and strong-willed actress?